Okay, in this video, we will go through for part 2, finding the perpendicular distance from A to BC. Okay, there are several methods that we can use to solve this, but we're going to use a method that requires us to first solve part 1 first. Okay, and we are actually using the area of triangle, which we just learned. Okay, so now let's look at part 1. So to find area of triangle ABC, actually we have to make use of the formula that we just learned, which is we need one side over here, two sides, the second side, and the included angle. Then we're going to use the formula called half AB sine C. So let me write it down over here. So area of triangle, we have learned that it is half AB sine C. Okay, so in this case, we have our two sides, 32 and 43, and the included angle 67. So let's just plug into the formula. So area of triangle ABC is equals to half times 32 times 43 times sine 67 degree. And we just press the calculator for this, and we'll obtain 633.31 something, which will then round off to 3SF, which is 633 cm squared. Okay, and that's it for part 1, finding the area of triangle ABC. Now let's look at part 2. Okay, part 2, I'm going to just include another triangle that is cleaner so that we can focus on what's happening here. So let me just update this. So for part 1 we are done. Now let's look at for part 2. Okay, so to find the perpendicular distance from A to BC, let's use this to let us discuss better. So we'll let the perpendicular distance from A to BC be x cm, and this distance actually means this. Okay, let me draw it over here. So this is the perpendicular distance from A to BC, which we call it x cm. Okay, so now before we continue, right, I'm just going to recap something with you all first. So given the triangle, we can actually find the area of the triangle by looking at the base and the height. And we know that it is actually half times base times height. So meaning when we have identified this x cm, the height here, this can be the base. Let me just highlight for you all to see. So if we take this as our base, this would be the height. Base, and this would be the height. Okay, so now let's apply our formula. So our area of triangle ABC will be equals to half times base times height. And of course, in this case, my base would be 43 cm, and my height would be the perpendicular distance, which is x. And so I have the area of triangle ABC here. Okay, but take note, actually earlier on, we also found the area of triangle using our half AB sine C, which is this value over here. And since they are both area of triangle ABC, right, they must be of the same value. So no matter how you calculate it, it should be the same value, which means that I can put my 633.31 over here. Okay, note that I actually use 633.31 instead of my final answer 633. It's because this is actually more accurate. So I should always use the number with more SF. Use the number with more SF. Okay, so now if I want to find x, it's very easy. It's just a case of manipulating this equation, and then I'm done.